When life is full of repeated processes and daily tasks, there are many things throughout the day that go unnoticed. Not because we choose to ignore them, but because we have subconsciously decided that it is not important to remember. Think what happened last time you were asked, "What did you do today?" Or, "What did you do last weekend?" We may remember the new and eventful things, but it's not often we remember or talk about the mundane tasks. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is a show that really takes the time to emphasize not just the eventful moments, but also the calm, subtle ones. Originally airing in January of 2017, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is a comedy slice of life show that really dives into just how simple tasks and work can be done in not just a boring, mundane way, but in a more eventful, terrifying, and comedical manner. Let's be honest, do you remember the last time you rode your roommate all the way to work when you were running late? No? Well, lucky for Miss Kobayashi, one thing we didn't mention was that Toru, one of our main characters, is actually a dragon from another dimension, while Miss Kobayashi is just your everyday salary woman working in Japan in her standard 9 to 5. These two, after an unexpected meeting, find themselves to become roommates where they have begun to turn the boring, mundane, and uneventful moments in our life into something that is just as exciting as a standard holiday or every other day surprise. Miss Kobayashi and Toru are two central characters to the whole show. Now once again, Miss Kobayashi, she's your everyday salary worker, someone who we, as the viewers, are able to relate to and are able to connect and understand the most. For the most part, she is just wanting an everyday life where she can be content with how things are. However, once you throw an eccentric dragon into the mix, everything tends to get turned upside down. And of course, after that first meeting with Toru, nothing is ever going to be the same again. Toru, on the other hand, is our very eccentric, lively dragon who comes to this world from another dimension after fleeing from a severe injury. One night, she does meet Miss Kobayashi out in the mountains after Miss Kobayashi gets a little bit drunk. And it is only after Miss Kobayashi stubbornly removes the sword from Toru that the two end up starting to make a bond. These two act as our main pair as we go and see the new parts of living that before were nothing but mundane. Where Kobayashi is the embodiment of our collective understanding of how the world works and the normality of life, Toru is the juxtaposition, where, like a child, everything is new and eventful, because these everyday things are new and different for her. I mean, she is from another dimension, where it's basically set in a medieval time period, where it's literally the last man standing, and it's a battle for survival. This display is only further exercised when we meet more of our cast, such as Kana, who shows us what it's like being a child versus an adult. Kana, again, is another dragon from the same dimension as Toru. She plays more of a daughter-younger sister type role in the show to Kobayashi and Toru, depending on the scene. This mixes in a whole family dynamic, which is not bound by anything more than the proximity of our characters. Of course, we meet more of their friends along the way, who add their own spin and can speak to other audience members in a different way than our main group can. In all these dynamic, opposing character types, we're able to see the differences and the different interactions that can happen between our characters, beyond just our standard three of Kana, Toru, and Miss Kobayashi. It adds a whole new dynamic to the show. That way everybody, not just your every average day salary earner, can kind of relate to the new and exciting world of Miss Kobayashi. In this show, the world building is kept to a minimum, as it is nothing less than a portrait of most people's everyday life. What really helps build the world is the use of silence, music, and ambiance that is added to every scene. There's never really any high energy music. Everything has a nice, playful, or relaxing tone to it. Even when our dragons are going to head-to-head combat against each other, or dodgeball. From the simple ambience of just birds chirping to the sounds of cooking, we get to listen in and be injected into this world with its everyday sounds that, again, like its story, go unnoticed normally because they are nothing but mundane. It is these little things, along with the simplicity of the show, that brings it all together to make it such a simple, enjoyable show that you can enjoy bit by bit or in one long sitting. This series is a simple yet entertaining show that really highlights parts of our lives that go unmissed. And while we can't and probably won't remember our experience of washing our laundry, we can enjoy seeing the new discovery and crazy antics as you see these characters experience everything different moving forward. And while it has been almost 4 years since the show first came out, there is no better time than now to rewatch it, especially because season 2 is coming out this summer. With everything being said and done, overall, I would give the show a solid 8.5 out of 10. It is definitely a show I think people should take the time to watch and enjoy with its calm and relaxing nature.